Right hand, fist, power. Left hand, fingers together. Friendship, tucking in the thumb, staying humble. Fist into the palm. Welcome. Good to see everyone. Awesome. We're going to start with our deep breathing. So, from the Wuji position, feet shoulder hip distance apart. Nice, gentle bend in the knees. Tucking in the tailbone. Heads lifted by the silk thread. We're going to breathe from the belly. All right? Inhale the hands up. Exhale the hands down. Time out. I'm just going to expand on what you said. So, there's another element of breathing. I normally don't introduce it because it can make people's head hurt if you do it too long. Hey, Scott. Um, however, there can be some benefit in this. So, in the Chinese way of breathing, you're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, but they also tell you to lay your tongue on the roof of the mouth. So if this is the roof of your mouth, you would lay your tongue behind your teeth on the roof of your mouth. In traditional Chinese medicine, we have 12 meridians, 4 vessels. And so when you connect the tongue to the roof of your mouth, you connect what they call the conception vessel to the governing vessel. And you connect those two together. So if you want to try that, give that a try. It might have some benefits you don't realize, all right? So Daryl, Green Shirt, can actually tell you a little bit more about what the governing and conception vessel do. He's much more knowledgeable about Tai Chi medicine than I am. So, but I do know that much. So we're going to start over again, okay? So laying the tongue on the roof of the mouth if you want. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Push the hands in front of us next. Inhale to the heart. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. You can grab one of those chairs and just slide it back if you want. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Arms over the head next. Inhale to the heart. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Arms to the side. Inhale to the heart. And exhale. Inhale, back to the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Giving a big hug. Inhale the arms up. Keep inhaling the arms open. Exhale, pushing the hands together. Keep exhaling, floating the hands down. Big, deep belly breath in. And long, slow breath out. Nice and slow. One more time. Inhale. and exhale. Arms in the diagonals. Inhale to the heart, left up, right down, exhale. Inhale to the heart, right up, left down, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Inhale, keep that upper body straight. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. Flap the arms like bird wings. Big, deep belly breath in. And then long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then lastly, my favorite, gathering chi. Big, deep belly breath in. And long, slow breath out. Inhale, nice and slow. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. There you go. That's our deep breathing exercises. Everybody good? I'm not used to you standing there. I'm used to you being on that side. It's the, yeah, it's kind of scary, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Warm up exercises next. All right. Thank you. I thought you were doing You sound like you're doing pretty good. From the Wuji position, chin tuck to get us started. Make sure you keep the chin level. It helps if you look straight ahead, all right? So, Wuji position, floating the hands up, shoulder height. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin, looking straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and we sink the chin down to the chest. Again, we float the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin. Feel that nice stretch on the back of the neck. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and we sink the chin down to the chest. One more time, floating the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin. Nice. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and we sink the chin down to the chest. Beautiful. Next neck exercise, we're going to look side to side. So, prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, right hand is on top. Left hand, left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. And we come back to center. Now the left hand is on top, watching the right hand, going over the right shoulder, looking right, pushing down left. And we come back to center. Right hand's on top, left hand, left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. And coming back to center, left hand is on top, watching the right hand, going over the right shoulder, looking right, pushing down left. And we come back to center. One more time each side. Right hand's on top, left hand, left shoulder, looking left, pushing down right. And we come back to center. Left hand is on top, right hand, right shoulder, looking right, pushing down left. Try and keep the hand below the level of the shoulder. And we come back to center and relax the hands down. Beautiful. Actually, do you mind moving over that way just a little bit? So you kind of shoot the gap between those two guys. There you go. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, that should be fine. All right. Shoulder circles next from the Wuji position. Bringing the shoulders back and then up, then forward without leaning forward and down. Keep looking straight ahead. Shoulders back, up, forward, and down. It's not Friday. Shoulders back, up, forward, and down. She works the desk on Friday, so. All right, opposite direction, shoulders forward, then up, then back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. One more time, forward, up, back, and down. Awesome. Gathering chi, gently reaching for infinity. Imagine someone's pulling on your wrist. Gently, we're reaching out, reaching up, and relax the hands down. Gently reaching out, reaching up, and relax the hands down. One more time, gently reaching out, reaching up. It's okay to smile. Relax the hands down. Touching heaven and earth. Starting out, prayer hand position. Left hand up, right hand down, floating the head towards the ceiling, stretching the spine, and back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And we come back to center. Left hand up, right hand down, floating the head gently towards the ceiling, and back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And we come back to center one more time. Left hand up, right hand down, floating the head towards the ceiling. Coming back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And we come back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. Awesome. Next one, as the excitement continues to build. Keep the hips square to the front. Turn the navel from the left side to the right. All right? So, prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Gently turn to the left. Turning the ball over, right hand's on top, and gently turn to the right. Turning the ball over, left hand's on top, gently turn to the left. Turning the ball over, right hand's on top, gently turn to the right. We turn the ball over, left hand's on top, gently turn to the left. Stay on the left side as you turn the ball over, right hand's on top, and then gently turn to the right. Turn the ball over, come back to center, relax the hands down for a moment. We're going to do that a couple more times. So when you're turning, make sure that you're not leaning. So I'm not leaning to the left or leaning to the right, but I'm rotating the body to the left and rotating the body to the right, always keeping the body straight. Second thing to remember is when we come over to the left side in this case, you turn the ball over and get the right hand on top, and then you sweep to the right. When you're on the right side, you turn the ball over, and then you sweep to the left. So we're not doing this as we're doing it, but we're doing this, 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 and this. Okay? There's a reason for that. As we expand and do another exercise called cloud hands, when we do cloud hands, we don't do cloud hands like this. We do cloud hands like this and this, this and this. So we're not doing this and this. Okay? Prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, left hand's on top. Gently turn to the left. Stay on the left side, turning the ball over, right hand's on top, and gently turn to the right. That was beautiful. Stay on the right side, turning the ball over, left hand's on top. Gently turn to the left. Stay on the left side, turning the ball over, right hand's on top, and gently turn to the right. Nice. I like that. Turning the ball over, we come back to center and relax the hands down. Awesome. We're going to do one more exercise before we sit down. So make sure your chair is next to you, that you have something to hold on to, all right? I want everyone to be safe when we do this. So keep a bend in your knee, keep your body straight, all right? It might help if you have the back of the chair facing the side like this. So I'll have to use that chair anyway in a minute. So the back of the chair facing your side um, usually works out a little better. Kind of acts like a banister, all right? All right. Everybody goes, yes, that's awesome, Craig. Weight shifts to, we're going to do left first. Weight shift to the left, bend in the left knee, right foot, cat stance. Tap the right toe to the front, empty. And cat stance. Tap the right toe to the side, empty. Keep that upper body straight. And cat stance. And tap the right toe behind us. Plenty of space between the feet. Awesome. Cat stance. And then back to Wu Ji. Shift weight that way to the right. Bend in the right knee, left foot, cat. Tapping left toe to the front, empty. And cat stance. Tapping left toe to the side, also empty. And cat stance. And then tapping left toe behind us, empty. Cat stance. And then back to Wu Ji. I think that's good. We'll just do the first chapter right today, okay? Awesome. Questions? Sure.
I like what you said about turning and moving one thing at a time.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Multitasking. Especially, I have noticed in my years of teaching Parkinson's, it's something we want to be aware of with Parkinson's disease. Try to not multitask as much. You might have been able to do that in your younger days, but try not to do that now. I had a young lady, actually, Daryl had met her. There was a young lady in my Parkinson's class who she got a new Apple Watch. She was really happy with her Apple Watch, but I noticed every time she looked at the Apple Watch, her balance would get bad. And so I started working with her and her husband on it to quit when, just kind of stabilize herself. If she wanted to look at her watch, that's cool, but don't try and do something like walking upstairs and looking at your watch at the same time. It's a really, really bad idea. All right. So, but so we just got her. So she made it a habit. She would stabilize herself like she had a walker. So she would hold on to her walker and then she would look at her watch. She wouldn't be like walking down the hallway and look at her watch because that didn't go well. Okay. So, yes, try to not multitask as much. So, good observation. All right. Let's have a seat. One thing I wanted to share with you, and it's not a dad joke, believe it or not. I do lots of reading about Tai Chi, and I came across this, and it seemed to be very pertinent. So I wanted to share it with you. It's going to be in that folder. Is it here? Yes. All right. So this gentleman, and I don't know who he was, but he was asked about there's a movement called cloud hands. Actually, that movement where you're coming to the side, turning the ball over, coming to this side, we expand that movement to a movement called cloud hands or waving hands like clouds. We've done it like once or twice in this class. It's It's a movement that you look at and go, oh, that's easy. And then you try and go, wow, that's tough. Anyway, so he talks about cloud hands, but it really applies to all of Tai Chi. All right. So, pardon me, our founder, Yang Lu Chuan, I think Dashi, consider the movement wave hands like clouds a very important one movement form of practice. Investigating it deeply, it reveals a large assortment of yin and yang skills that need to be refined individually and harmonized into wholeness of Tai Chi. Taking a single movement like this to study and practice intensely will have a more profound effect on the other movements, making less more. Actually, you hear that a lot in Tai Chi. You make less more, which is kind of what you were talking about and kind of what I was talking about, not multitasking, right? It is better to be able to perform fewer movements at a higher level of ability than knowing all the moves of a form and performing it poorly. A common problem is progressing too quickly. Go deeper into what has already been learned. Beware of becoming indifferent and simply going through the motions in a mindless fashion. A lot packed in there, isn't there? And you've heard that, what, twice? And you probably heard some more each time as you hear that. So, yeah, there's a lot packed in there. I will add an addendum that Dr. Lam teaches a lot of different forms of Tai Chi. I do not know them all, nor do I want to know them all. But there are some teachers that know like a lot of different forms, but they don't really know them real well, right? I try, and the forms that I know them very, very well. So it's what I call wide learning as opposed to deep learning. The wide learning, you know a lot of things, but you don't know many of them well. What do they call it? Um, yeah, jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah. I prefer to learn fewer movements, but learn them very deep. And that's what I recommend you guys doing, especially there seems to be a link between multitasking and Parkinson's. So, yeah, yeah. Focus on one thing at a time. It seems to help. So, anyway, I hope that helped you. All right. So, sitting up nice and straight and tall, sit up on the edge of your chair because you're so excited. No, actually, because that's the Tai Chi way to do it. Um, Sit up on the edge of the chair. Try to not use the back of the chair, feet flat on the floor, 90-degree bend between the upper and the lower leg. We rock forward on the pelvis. Head is lifted by the silk thread. So we have good straight body posture in this direction and good straight body posture in this direction. So we're not sitting like this, but we're sitting like this. Okay? So let's do our hip exercise. So turn to the right hand side of the chair. Prayer hand position, gently pushing to the right, opening up the left leg. Keep the knee above the ankle. Nice. And back to center. Two more times. Pushing against the right wall, opening up the left leg. Keep that upper body straight. And back to center. One more time. Push against the right wall, opening up the left leg. And we come back to center. Relax the hands down. Now shift to the other side. Left hand side of the chair. Same thing, other side. Prayer hand position. Pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg. Keep the knee above the ankle. And back to center. Good job. Pushing against the left wall, opening up the, left wall, right leg. Sorry. And back to center. Apparently my mirror is dirty. Let me clean it. One more time. Left wall, right leg. And we come back to center. Relax the hands down. Turn back to center and shake those legs loose. Good job. By the way, kind of extending on what you talked about, my wife is firmly convinced that, I had brain surgery, I had a brain tumor 2 years. It'll be 3 years. Yeah, it'll be 3 years next year, next January. Um, but my wife is firmly convinced that being able to mirror and practicing the mirroring of Tai Chi and well, doing Tai Chi, but also practicing the mirroring of it helped me heal my brain and get my apparently word pronunciation right. But helped me be able to get a little bit more cognitive about how to recover from brain surgery. So whatever that's worth. So, and she's a nurse, so she knows a heck of a lot more than me. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. My sister was a dental hygienist. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're doing things in reverse. So, yeah, it really makes you cognitively think a lot. So, all right. Second hip exercise, lifting the leg up, pushing the leg down. Keep the body in the back straight. Try and lift your knee as high as you are able to while keeping the body straight. Okay? It will help you if you kind of lift the head a little bit as you're lifting the leg. That will help you keep your body and back straight. Okay? So, starting with the left hand, left leg, I'm sorry. Hands behind us, lifting the left leg up. There goes that mirror again. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, push, push. And relax. Lifting the left leg up, hands are behind us. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. And relax. One more time. Lift the left leg up, hands are behind us. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. And relax. Same thing, other side, lifting the right leg up, hands behind us, keep the back straight. And relax. Hands in front of us, push down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, push, push. And relax. Lifting the right leg up, hands behind us. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, push, push. And relax. One more time. Lifting the right leg up, hands behind us. Here's that mirror again. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can. And relax. Beautiful. Shake those legs loose. Good job. All right. Heel kick next. Lifting the leg up as high as you are able to, kicking the leg out. You're pushing out on the heel, up on the toe, punching out opposite hand, keeping the back and the body straight, lifting the leg back up. Don't forget that part, and then floating the foot to the ground. All right? When you're done kicking and you come back to this position, hold this position for like 2 counts and then float the foot down. All right? It's a lot easier just to do this, I know, but we're here to help ourselves. Okay? So, hands loosely gripped at the belt line. Picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punch out, right fist. Picking up the left leg and float the foot to the ground. Nicely done. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punch out, left fist. Picking up the right leg, floating the foot to the ground. Nice. Picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punch out, right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punch out, left fist. Picking up the right leg, floating the foot to the ground. Beautiful. We're going to do 2 more, if I'm counting right. Concentrate on keeping your back and your body straight. So as I'm lifting up my leg, I'm not leaning back or I'm not crunching. I'm keeping my back straight, but also keep your body straight in this direction. So as I'm lifting up my leg, I'm not leaning out, but I keep my body nice and straight. That really focuses on the core muscles when you do that. Okay? Hands loosely gripped at the belt line, picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up the left leg, float the foot to the ground. Same thing, other side. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punch out left fist. And then picking up the right leg, float the foot to the ground. We're actually going to stop there. That looks good. Shake those legs loose. Good job. It's supposed to get hot over this weekend. They're not issuing heat advisories as of yet. They're like right on the edge of it, though, apparently. The National Weather Service is. So hydrate, okay? Tomorrow's going to get a little warmer. Saturday, a little warmer. Sunday, even warmer, all right? So start hydrating now, okay? And hydration is, you should have, they actually changed the guidelines recently. It used to be 64 ounces of water a day, but if you talk a lot, drink more. It used to be 64 ounces of water per day. It's now 1/2 to 1 ounce of water for every pound that you weigh. All right. So I'm sure everybody in here is about 100 pounds. So we're just going to go with that number. So if you weighed 100 pounds, you would be drinking between 50 and 100 ounces of water a day. And since it is hot outside, you want to aim towards the higher side of those two numbers, right? So just do the math. Stay hydrated, all right? The first day, 2 days, maybe 3, you'll spend a lot of time in the bathroom, but that's okay. That's your body working, all right? You don't overdo the water, but don't underdo it also. My mom would have like an 8-ounce glass of water and she'd take a couple of sips and say, there, I'm hydrated. It's like, Mom, not even close. Not even close. What we ended up doing with her, and I recommend this, it actually works out really well. Go to the dollar store and buy a plastic jug. And when you figure out how much water you need, like for Mom, it was 64 ounces, right? It was the old one. So we took a plastic water jug, measured 64 ounces of water, and drew a big black line around that jug and said, Mom, your job is to drain that dry. And so every night, fill it up to the black line, and then every day, try and drink that pitcher dry. First day, she did not do so well. Second day, she started doing better. Third day, even better. But instead of trying to measure everything that you do, just fill up that jug with water, try and drink it by the end of the day. And if you miss a day, you don't do well, don't get mad at yourself. Just do better the next day, all right? Nothing's going on. You don't need to get mad at yourself. So just, hey, bad day, do better next time. Okay? I do that. I'm juicing now. So there's some days I don't juice as well as I should. That's all right. I do better the next day, right? Don't yell at yourself. Just get better. Okay? All right. Toe kick next. Sitting up nice and straight and tall. Lifting up the left leg. Toe kick left. Punch out right fist. Picking up the left leg and floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up the left leg, let it hover there, float that foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg, float the foot to the ground. Awesome. We're going to do that 2 more times, I promise. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punch out left fist. Picking up the right leg, floating the foot to the ground. One more time. Make sure you're sitting up nice and straight and tall. Make your mom proud. Pick up the left leg, toe kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up the left leg, float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punch out left fist. And then picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. Beautiful. Shake those legs loose. Good job. All right, questions about those? Good exercises to help your legs. Those kicks are really, really good. Practice those every day. Practice those every night when you're watching the Cardinals. Did they win last night? Did they play? No, they didn't win. Yeah. All right. Pardon me? Okay. I wasn't able to watch them last night, so are they still in wild card contention? Yeah, the Mets have tanked ever since they got Helsley. All right, go ahead and stand if you're able to. Let's do our ankle exercises. I'm gonna get a drink of water. Hydrate, right? Ankle exercises. Weight shifts to the right, left foot, touch heel and toe. Heel and toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Heel, toe, heel, and toe. Coming back to center. Pause for just 1 second. So when you're doing this exercise, don't leave your heel on the ground so you're just tapping your toe. Instead, as you touch heel, try and pull your toe back. So, pull your toe towards your knee. And as you touch the toe, you're trying to straighten the leg out so you lift the heel off the ground, almost like a ballerina. Because I'm sure we've all had ballerina practice here, right? It actually is really good for you. Yeah, yeah. It's a good dance. I was joking. I didn't know that. There you go. There you go. Tango is really good also. Uh, pardon me? Yeah. No, you just be calm. All right. So weight shifts to the left. Bend in the left knee, right foot. Touch heel and toe. Heel, toe. Heel, toe. Heel, toe. Try to move the ankle, not the leg. Toe, heel, toe. One more time. Heel and toe. And back to center. Second ankle exercise. Weight shifts right, left foot, little toe, and big toe. Outside and inside. Little toe, big toe, outside, inside. Shift weight left, right foot, little toe, and big toe. Outside, inside, little toe, big toe, outside, and inside. And we come back to center. Awesome. Any questions? All right. Forward and backward. Hip exercise. The hokey pokey. Use your chair for balance. Keep your body nice and straight. When you step back, make sure you keep plenty of space between your feet. If you're seated, you're going to go back to that exercise where you're lifting the leg up, pushing the leg down. So as we're touching our heel, you're lifting your leg up. And as we are touching our toe, you're pushing your foot down. Okay? So that's the exercise you want to do seated. Okay? Standing, stepping out empty, stepping back empty. Make sure that you're lifting your knee as you transition from one to another. Don't just swing the leg back and forth. Lift the knee, touch the toe. Okay? Do I need dad jokes? Weight shift, yeah, no, threaten people, right? Weight shift to the right, empty left heel, hands behind us or using the chair. Hold on to the chair. Lifting the knee as we transition, empty left toe, hands in front of us. Lift the knee as we transition, empty heel. Lifting the knee as we transition, empty toe. So you're pushing down on your foot if you're seated. One more time, empty heel. Lifting the leg if you're seated, empty toe, pushing down on the foot if you're seated. And back to center. Shift weight left, same thing, other side, use your chair. Empty right heel, lifting your leg if you're seated. Lift the knee as you transition. Empty toe, hands in front of us, pushing down on the foot. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel. Lifting the knee, empty on the toe. Awesome. One more time. Lift the knee, empty on the heel. Lifting the knee, empty on the toe. And coming back to center. Awesome. Bow stance next. If you're seated, do the toe kick. Heel kick, toe kick, either one. Normally it's a toe kick. All right? When we're standing, we're stepping out empty, keeping plenty of space between our feet. No weight on the front foot as we step out. Then we shift our weight, 70-30. Weight shifts back, empty once again on the front foot, and then we come back to center. Okay? So we'll expand on that in a minute. Weight shifts to the right, step out empty with the left foot, shift left, punch right, bow stance. Weight shifts back, and we come back to center. Make sure you keep plenty of space between your feet. Weight shifts to the left, stepping out empty right, shifting right, punching left, bow stance. Weight shifts back and come back to center. Awesome. All right, so we're going to expand on that one. So a good way to determine that you are stepping out empty is as you bring the foot out in front, let it float over the floor, just about an inch off the floor, then set it down, and then do the bow stance. And when you come out of the bow stance, get all your weight on that back leg and then float that foot over the floor and then come back to center. If you can float the foot over the floor, you're truly stepping out empty. As long as, don't do this. I see some people do this. They'll float the foot over the floor and then they'll go like this. You don't get to do that, all right? So, but floating that foot becomes a lot harder. So you want to make sure you're able to do that, okay? Hands loosely gripped at the belt line. Weight shifts to the right. We're going to float that left foot over the floor. Then set the left foot down, shift left, punch right, bow stance. Weight shifts back, all the weight's on the right, so I'm going to float that left foot once again, and then I come back to center. Awesome. Keep that upper body nice and straight. Straight in this direction, straight in this direction. Weight shifts to the left, stepping out empty, right, empty, floating that foot over the floor. Setting the foot down, shifting the weight, bow stance. Weight shifts back. Again, you float that right foot and come back to center. Awesome. Isn't that fun? Isn't it? It's awesome. Weight shift to the right, floating the left foot, setting the left foot down, bow stance. Weight shifts back, floating the foot once again, and we come back to center. Shifting weight left, stepping out empty right, floating that foot. Shifting right, punching left, bow stance. Weight shifts back, floating the right foot again, and we come back to center. Awesome. That looked good. Remember when you're doing that, as you shift your weight over, keep your posture straight. So I'm not leaning to the side, I'm not leaning back, or a combination of both. You shift your weight, you keep your body straight, keep your back straight. That allows you to step out. Okay? Always, always, always keep good posture. Okay? All right. Yeah, let's sit down. Okay. Yeah, let's do a couple more seated exercises. Someone's filling in for Jen today, I think. Michelle is. All right, there you go. So, sitting up nice and straight and tall, we're going to do our rotational exercise. So, you're going to rotate to the left. You're going to hold that position. Inhale, exhale, and then come back to center and pause. Rotate to the right, not forcing anything. Nice and gentle. Make sure that you rotate. So, I'm not leaning as I do this, but I'm rotating to the left, rotating to the right. not forcing the back. Okay? So interlace the fingers together in front of you and then bring the hands up over the head. Rotate gently to the left and hold that position. And then we come back to center and pause. Rotate to the right, not forcing anything, not leaning. Hold that position. And then we come back to center. Rotate to the left, hold that position. And we come back to center. Rotate to the right, holding that position. And then back to center and relax the hands down. I'll go easy on you today. So next exercise, we're going to lean to the left. This is the only time I give you permission to lean. We're going to lean to the left, lean to the right. Kind of like Jimmy Buffett Fins, if you're familiar with. Nobody seems to know that song. Does anybody know that song? Fins to the left, fins to the right. You know it? Okay, good. I got one person. It's one of his best hits. No, that's College Fight song. But he has a song called Fins. It just reminds me of that. All right. Lacing the fingers together, hands up over the head, leaning to the left, holding that position. Inhale and exhale, and coming back to center and pausing. Leaning to the right, holding that position. Inhale and exhale, and back to center. We're going to lean to the left. Hold that position and back to center, leaning to the right, holding that position and back to center, pause and relax the hands down. Awesome. We're going to do one more. And I want everyone to be very, very careful on this, all right? Stay in your comfort zone as you do this. So we're going to lean forward and bend the neck forward. I try and look on the floor back behind my heels as I'm doing this because that causes me to round the back and curve the neck. All right. Have your hands on your knees. So when you straighten up, if you're able to straighten up on your own, awesome. Do that. If you need to assist yourself, you can push down on the knees and come back to center. Okay. The next thing we're going to do, and again, I want everyone to be very careful. You're going to arch the back and gently look up. You're not forcing anything. All right? Be nice and gentle. When you bring the neck back too far, you can injure yourself. We don't want any injuries, okay? So stay gentle. Sitting up nice and straight and tall. I'm going to bend forward, bend the neck forward, sinking down. Feel the stretch in the back and the neck, and then straighten up. Push off of your knees if you need to. Back up to center, and then arching the back and gently looking up, not forcing anything, nice and gentle. And we come back to center. Pause. Leaning forward, bending the neck, rounding the back. Feel that nice stretch. And we come back to center and pause. And then arching the back, gently looking up. Hold that position. Don't force anything. And we come back to center. Awesome. That might help you with the rigidity you get with Parkinson's. It might help kind of ease that a little bit because we're flexing the spine side to side, forward and back. Okay? So when you wake up in the morning, sometimes you feel a little stiff. Might not be a bad exercise to do. Always, always, always do gentle though. All right? Listen to your body. Okay? All right, let's do our cool down. Lightly punch inside of the arm and outside of the arm. Inside of the other arm. And outside of the arm. Onto the tailbone. Whoops, there's a mic back there. And then the legs. And then we'll gather chi. Actually, no, you know what? Tighten up all the muscles in the body and relax. Tighten up the muscles and relax. Tighten up the muscles and relax. Now we will gather chi. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. So Michelle is coming in next to do kickboxing. I am here tomorrow from 11 o'clock. We finish out the hour with some meditation. All right. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. All right. Right hand, fist power. Left hand, fingers together, tucking in the thumb, fist into the palm. Good job, grasshoppers. All right. Have a great day.